welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. I have a really exciting video for you today. I'm actually doing this post as a collab with 5 other bloggers that I am friends with through the Ipsy Open Studios group. They are all really amazing, and we are all doing tutorials today based around Urban Decay's Naked eyeshadow palettes. So each one of us is going to be doing a different look using one of the Urban Decay Naked palettes. I'm going to be using the original Naked palette in my look today, and we're bringing you guys a whole bunch of different looks. So I'm doing a day look, but we're going to have glam and date night and some other things for you as well. So I will definitely at the end of this video post links to all of the other girls I'm collabing with so you can check out their tutorials as well. And if that is not exciting enough, we are also going to be hosting a giveaway for you guys. So to one person who subs to all of our channels, we're giving away the Naked palette of your choice. So any of the 4 that you would like, plus 4 of the Urban Decay Vice lipsticks. So hopefully that sounds pretty exciting to you guys. I know I'm excited for this collab and giveaway. And all the information will be in the description box down below as to how you can enter. We're going to be doing the giveaway through Glam. So in addition to subscribing to our channels, you are going to have to go to the link, for Glam and sign up there in order for your entry to count. So make sure that you do that so that way you get entered. So for those of you who have not been around the beauty community and or are as obsessed with makeup as I am, the Urban Decay Naked palettes are some of the most iconic neutral palettes in the beauty community. It kind of all started with this one, which is the original Naked palette, which is just this stunning collection of matte and shimmery neutral shades. So they've launched, like I explained before, 3 other palettes. There's a Naked 2, 3, and the Naked Smokey palette. This personally is the only one that I own, and I love this. I use it all the time in my collection, and I think it's really great for creating both daytime looks like the one I'm going to show you guys today, as well as some more glam and smoldery looks as well. So yeah, good luck to all of you who enter in the giveaway, and before I keep on rambling, let's get into how I created this daytime makeup look.
So I'm going to start out by priming my face using this Tarte BB Tinted Primer. This is in the shade Light, and this has been one of my favorite primers to use in the summertime. It has SPF 30, so it gives me that added boost of sun protection. It uses all physical sunscreens, so it doesn't irritate my skin or make me break out. And it actually has a decent amount of coverage compared to a lot of other primers. So if you're having a particularly lazy makeup day, you could just put this on, maybe spot conceal a little bit, and then be out the door. So next I'm going to apply my foundation. I'm using the Milani Perfect and Conceal foundation in the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla. This has been my favorite foundation to use as per late. I think it has amazing coverage. It gives you the most beautiful, natural, sort of satiny finish to the skin, and it just lasts really well. It doesn't break up on my skin, and I just think that it looks great, especially for the price. It's less than $10 for a bottle, which is amazing. And I'm just going to be applying this using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. So I'm basically just going to buff it into my skin and build up the coverage in any areas that may need it. Then to conceal under my eyes, I'm going to be using the new Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is part of their Double Duty Beauty line, and I am obsessed with this concealer. It is amazing. It is so creamy and has tons of pigmentation, but it does not crease up on your under eyes. It's still really comfortable to wear, and once it dries down, it does not budge all day long. I use the shade Light Medium, but there are several other lighter and darker shades than this, which is really great. I like that they have a lot of different color options for a lot of different skin tones. And I'm just going to be buffing this in with a small dome-shaped buffing brush, and I'm going to be taking it down under my eyes, up onto the lid, and also sort of around my nose where I get some sort of large pores and redness, just to kind of cancel all of that out. Also, by taking the concealer up on my eyes, this is going to act as essentially our primer for our eyeshadow later on, which basically saves us an extra step. Then to lock everything in place, I'm going to be using this Cover FX Matte Setting Powder. This is amazing for those of you who have oily skin like me. It helps to reduce shine, and it really does keep your makeup looking fresh and not greasy all day long. And I'm just using a flat top kabuki brush to basically pat the powder into my skin. I don't load up too much powder on the brush because I don't want to look cakey. And I'm just going to basically set over my entire face and also over my eyes because I want to make sure that that concealer is set down so that way we don't have any issues blending our eyeshadows later on. So now that I'm looking super pale and pasty, I'm going to warm up my skin by adding some bronzer. I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which has been one of my favorites lately. It smells amazing. And I'm going to be applying it using this Real Techniques contour brush. This is part of the Bold Metals collection. This is hands down my favorite brush from that entire collection. It does an amazing job of giving you like a perfectly chiseled contour. The bristles are really, really soft but very, very dense. So it's really easy to blend out product, but you also can apply it to a very like precise area of your face. So as you can see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the product and I'm going to draw a line from my ear, like kind of like right below my temple, and then down underneath my cheekbone, and then I'm going to blend the product upwards in a small upward stroking motion. And this sort of just helps to diffuse the product, and you want the gradient to be strongest at the bottom under your cheekbone and then to soften as it goes up. So you always want to blend up instead of down, otherwise it's going to sort of make the contour look muddy. And then I'm going to go around the perimeter of my face using whatever product is left over on my brush just to sort of add a little bit of warmth around my hairline and give a little bit more depth to my complexion. I am so excited about this next product, guys. This is from the Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop collection. It's one of the new champagne splits in the shade Champagne Pop and Flower Child. So I'm just going to be using a soft angled brush to apply some of the Flower Child blush to the apples of my cheeks, and then I'm going to blend it backwards up towards my temple, and this just gives you the most beautiful natural looking blush for everyday wear. I am obsessed with this blush. I think it is so pretty. Then I'm going to grab my e.l.f. small tapered brush and I'm going to go into the Champagne Pop part of this little duo and apply the highlighter to the tops of my cheekbones. Seriously, look at that glow. I mean, right? It's ridiculous. I don't know what I've been doing without Champagne Pop in my life. This is actually the first time I've gotten my hands on it, and it is the most beautiful peachy sort of rose gold glow. I'm obsessed. I think it's so beautiful. For my brows, I'm going to be reaching for my trusty Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is in the shade Dark Brown, and I love this pencil. It allows you to create a really natural looking eyebrow while still being really precise. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start in the midsection of my brow and then gently sort of fill in with very light strokes any sparse area through the front and midsection of my brow. And then I usually use a little bit more pressure as I define the tail because I find that you can be a little bit darker, a little bit more heavy-handed with the tail of your brow and have it still look natural. If the front of your brow naturally is a little bit more sparse, so you don't want to load that part up with product. And then as I go, I like to make sure that I brush the product through the brows to distribute it evenly, keep things looking natural, especially because this is a daytime look. Now for the star of the show, my Urban Decay Naked Palette. So we are going to be using this bad boy to create a really nice soft daytime eye. I'm going to start out with the shade Naked, which is just a nice neutral matte brown. I'm going to be using a sort of large, fluffy, dome-shaped brush to buff this color into the crease of my eye. So really, like any kind of crease brush will do the job for this. And this is not something you have to do with a whole ton of precision. This is a very forgiving color. If you have a slightly darker complexion than me, there is another darker shade, I believe it's called Buck, in this palette that you could use for this step as well, if this shade was a little bit too light as like a crease color for you. And then next we're going to reach for this color Sin. This is a really gorgeous sort of taupey champagne shimmer, and I'm going to be using just a regular flat eyeshadow shader brush, and I'm going to be patting this color all over the lid. This just adds some brightness and a little bit of sparkle that's not too intense, still very wearable for daytime. Then just to deepen things up a little bit in that outer corner of the eye, I'm going to go in with the shade Hustle, and this is on a sort of more flat, stiff shader brush. And I'm just going to basically pat this gently into the outer corner of the eye and blend it a little bit in towards the center, so that way the color is most concentrated on the outer corner and it sort of gets diffused as it works towards the center of the lid. And with dark colors, to me, less is more. You can always build it up, especially for a daytime look. So you might want to start off with having less product on your brush and then build the color up to the intensity that you want. Next, I'm going in with the shade Buck, which is this mid-toned matte shadow, and a small smudger brush. And I'm just going to take this underneath my lower lash line to give it a little bit of definition. And this is, I'm just going to kind of blend it out so that way the edges aren't too harsh. And then I'm also going to pull that color a little bit on to the upper lash line as well to act as sort of a little bit of an eyeliner, just to make the lash line look a little bit more full, but not be too intense for day. And then I'm going to clean off that smudger brush, and I'm going to go in with this shade Virgin, which is sort of a pearlescent, champagne-y, white gold color. And I'm just going to pack this onto the inner corner of the lid, and this just adds a subtle amount of brightness and lightness to that part of the eye. It's not like overly intense, but it definitely just sort of opens things up a little bit. And then I'm going to grab my NYX Fluffy Crease Brush, and I'm going to take Virgin and also buff that gently right onto the brow bone, just to add a little bit of highlight into that area. And this will also sort of diffuse the edge of the crease color that we put on before. Then I'm going to curl my lashes quick, and we will be moving on to mascara. I have been obsessed with the Covergirl Supersizer ever since I got this. The wand on this is so weird. It's like totally flat. It doesn't have a lot of bristles, but it builds up amazing volume in your lashes. It's kind of insane. I find that you really kind of have to work and wiggle the brush through the lashes in order to distribute the product and sort of separate things so that they don't get too clumpy. So you do kind of have to work a little bit more with this mascara, but the end result is really awesome. For lips, I'm going in with my Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Fig. This is just a beautiful sort of neutral pink color. I am obsessed with this shade for spring and summer. And this formula is so creamy and so pigmented and long wearing. If you've never tried these lipsticks before, you are missing out in life because they are just divine. And there are also a million other shades to choose from. So if this one doesn't float your boat, there would definitely be at least one up your alley. Then to lock everything in place, I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Oil Control Setting Spray. And this stuff is awesome. It gives a really nice fine mist, and I definitely find that it helps my makeup to wear longer throughout the day and to control shine. And here's the finished look. I think this is perfect for daytime, perfect for school or for work. It's very soft and feminine. It gives you kind of that pretty but polished vibe. And it was really easy to create. There's nothing too complicated in this. So even if you're a makeup newbie, I think it's definitely easy to achieve.
So thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Make sure that you check out all of the other tutorials from all the other girls that are part of this collab, subscribe to their channels, and enter into the giveaway. It's going to be an amazing prize, and I'm so excited for you guys. This is an international giveaway, so it is open to everybody, which is extra exciting, so I know I have subscribers in the UK and in Canada, so definitely make sure that you enter no matter where you are from. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate your support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.